Sometimes you may find yourself being better than the person who leads the team that you work in. And how do you respond in a situation like that? You know that you're good at what you do, and you probably could do it better than the person who's in charge. So how do you find your spot in a team like that? Let's discuss that in a few moments. My name is Reverend Kwame Rubadiri. You're watching CITAM, Church Online. Last week we began looking at 5 areas. We looked at the very first one. 5 areas that are essential for us to be effective in a team or in any area of service that especially God asks us to participate in. And last time we looked at how your skill, your ability to do something uniquely the way that you can is so important to the success of a team or to an area of service and leadership in God's house. Today we want to looking again at chapter 12 of 1 Chronicles. We want to look at another aspect, another area of our lives that is so important for us to be effective as members of a team. In verse 8 of chapter 12 of 1 Chronicles, we read these words. Some Gadites defected to David at his strongholds in the wilderness. They were brave warriors, ready for battle, able to handle the shield and spear. Their faces were the faces of lions. They were as swift as gazelles on the mountains. The chapter goes on to list the names of all of these amazing men, these amazing warriors. The Gadites were fierce warriors. They were formidable. They were warriors and part of David's army that many others feared. When they used the term, they were swift as gazelles on the mountain, it just means that they were really good. They were excellent at what they did, and to watch them work was a thing of beauty. Sometimes you'll probably be the most skilled, the most capable individual on the team, on the area of service that you find yourself. How do you deal with that when you're not the leader of the team? Well, this brings us to the second consideration of what we learned from this chapter. We learned last time that if your skill gets you in the door, develop that skill, use it to the best of your ability. Then, here in this 8th verse and a little bit further down, we see these amazing soldiers who are capable of doing great things, coming to David and submitting themselves and saying, David, you're in charge. We're going to follow your lead. We could probably do all of this work. We could run this campaign. We could drive out your enemies just by ourselves because we're really good at what we do. But we're willing to submit to your authority, submit to your leadership. Many of us who are really good at what we do have problems when we are challenged with the opportunity where we can actually do better than the person who is in charge. But that person is in charge for a reason. And we need to find a way to submit ourselves to their authority. And that's what God is looking for in a working, in a viable, in a successful team, in a great area of service, that you submit to the person who is in charge. And in that submission, you find your place, you operate in that place, and God does some amazing things through your lives. So if you're capable like a Gadite, if you're fierce, if you're formidable, if you're absolutely excellent, and you could run circles around the person who is in charge, don't forget that they're in charge, and you need to submit to their authority and their leading and their leadership. God bless you. Join me again next time.